girl Misty here at Sashay Wax in Beverly Hills. So people ask me all the time, when I tell them what it is that I do, they ask me, does waxing hurt? Hell yeah, it hurts. I'm removing hair from the root. It's going to hurt, especially if it's your very first time. I tell people straight up, it's going to hurt. There's no such thing as, painless wax or, I use a certain type of wax that doesn't, that doesn't hurt the skin. No, hair is being removed from the root, so it's definitely going to hurt. Now, the thing that makes it better is if you're consistent with waxing. As long as you're not waxing this month and shaving the next and then coming back to waxing or then skipping 2-3 waxing appointments, it's more tolerable. So you'll start to see the decrease in the pain level. Your hair goes through 3 different stages of hair growth. So if you're waxing, it's best to wax and then give yourself at least 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how fast your hair grows, before your next waxing appointment. Staying consistent with waxing appointments is really, really important, because if you're going back and forth between waxing and shaving, it's kind of like starting over each time, because if you go to shaving, then the hair that has grown out, that has reached its final stage of hair growth, is not being extracted from the root. The shaving is just taking off the surface. And hair, it's a muscle, so it'll erect, and when you shave, it'll go back into the skin, it'll start the next process. But at the bottom of the hair bowl, it's thinking that the hair is starting a whole new process. So that's why sometimes when people get ingrown hair bumps and that causes discoloration, it's mainly because of that. Another reason why waxing can be very painful if your skin is dry. I have clients that will come in and they haven't been exfoliating for one. They haven't been moisturizing. So when I remove the wax or remove the layer of dead skin, it's more stingy. Definitely feel like a burning sensation, which only lasts for a couple of seconds. But you do see the difference and you feel the difference if you've been exfoliating and moisturizing all the way up into your next waxing appointment. So I definitely recommend exfoliating, which will dry out the skin if you're overdoing it. But moisturizing in between your exfoliation days is a great thing to do. My clients, they tell me all the time that it's usually 20 minutes of waxing and always 30 minutes of conversation. I talk you through the entire process. Most of the time you don't even realize that you're getting waxed because we're in a really deep conversation depending on what we're talking about. But it's fun. I like to make it fun for my clients and just to help take their minds off of it while we're in the session. But it definitely hurts. I wax myself. Yes, I said it. I do wax myself. And when I go past that 4-week mark, it hurts like shit. Sometimes I can't even take it. So that's why I like to stay and put myself on schedule to make sure that I'm waxing exactly at the 4-week mark. Because when your hair is growing back after waxing, it takes about 4 weeks for your hair to reach its final stage of hair growth. And after that, the hair is not going to keep growing past your ankles. It's just at the bottom of the hair bulb, it starts to produce more blood, and the nerve endings, all of that stuff is connected. So the hair tends to be a lot stronger. When you're waxing every 3 to 4 weeks, the hair is still very fine and still very loose. So that way it makes it easier. You still feel it, but there's just different levels of pain. Everyone has a wax story. Just like everybody has a labor and delivery story. It all is just depending on you and your story. I have clients who come in for the very first time and they say, oh, it really wasn't that bad. They have had, friends that had told them that it was going to be horrible. Their first experience was really bad. I always tell people, if you're not getting waxed by me, always find someone who has a great technique and who has great wax. It's not just about using one particular wax. I use multiple waxes. I have over 22 different types of wax that I use, whether it's chocolate, banana, aloe vera sensitive skin. I know you guys have probably watched it in one of my other recent videos when me going into explaining all the different types of wax. But for that reason, you know, everyone's hair is different, everyone's skin is different. Depending on the coarseness of your hair, the condition of the skin, I like to pick and choose which wax I think works best for you. Not necessarily meaning that it's going to hurt more or less, you know. I always recommend people to not trim before coming in for your waxing service, because that definitely is not going to make it better. I'm still pulling hair from the root. People ask about numbing cream. You know, numbing cream, it's topical, you know, so like I said, I'm still pulling it from the root, so you're still gonna feel it. I don't like to use numbing cream because it's too many ingredients that you're applying to the skin before I wax. When I'm prepping you, you know, I'm removing it, any debris from the skin. I'm using aloe vera, I'm using some vitamin E oil, witch hazel, so it all just depends. But I definitely will recommend being consistent with your waxes, because you'll see over time it definitely gets better, and getting waxed by someone who is really great at their technique. Really quick, I wanted to show you guys my Pretty Kitty kit. It's a Pretty Kitty kit. It's a starter kit. You see how the gloves are matching my shoes and my Selena sweater. But this is just a starter kit. So after getting waxed for the very first time and you really don't know what to use, whether it's a scrub or some type of body exfoliation, I always start my clients off with this, which it just has a scrub, it has aloe vera, witch hazel, the exfoliating hand glove, which you should always dispose after like 30 days. Also with tweezers, which you should dispose after 30 days as well. It has an ultra firm eye cream, which is great for the under eye area. So my starter kits are really cool to start with. So that way, you know, you're focusing on creating a routine for yourself and just trying different things out. You can purchase these on my website or here in the salon once you come in for your waxing appointment. But when you do come in, I will, you know, recommend what products I think will work best for you at that time, and then we'll just continue to grow after that. So that's the end of this video. If you have any questions, definitely comment below, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, come by the salon, come and say hi.